Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alif Maulidina, 9 p.m. 190600 NCRC. In this assignment for final examination of micro teaching, I will explain and present the material about exposition text that I will teach grade 11 in the first semester. This material is delivered to students in 3 meetings based on the basic competencies that have been determined. And the learning goals in providing this material are that students can distinguish and capture contextual meaning related to social function, generic structure, and language feature in exposition text, but orally and in writing. So the second, giving and asking for information related to actual issues according to the context of their use. So the last, the learning goals, prepare, write an analytical exposition text related to actual issues by paying attention to social functions, generic structure, and language features correctly and in context or contextual terms. So at the first meeting, students learn about understanding and social function in exposition text. Analytical exposition text is a text that contains the opinion and arguments of the author about something. Jadi teks eksposisi ini merupakan teks yang berisi pendapat atau argumen dari penulisnya mengenai suatu hal. Nah, argumen tersebut bisa berupa pembahasan suatu benda, fenomena, tempat, maupun suatu peristiwa. Nah, jadi analytical exposition text ini evaluates a topic critically that focuses only one side of an argument. The argument and point of view have to be supported by facts and relevant information. In our life, if we have tried to persuade someone about a certain matter or argued relentlessly about something with someone, then we have used exposition. So the social function of an exposition text is to persuade the audience to look at an issue with our perspective. It means seperti kita mengajak atau membujuk orang untuk melihat suatu masalah dengan sudut pandang kita atau perspektif kita. Atau dari perspektif kita, kurang lebih seperti itu ya. Nah, so after that, I will give the example of exposition text and I ask one of the students to read the text loudly. So I will give the additional explanation if an exposition text also needs to clearly state the point view. Use valid research findings to support your viewpoint. So define our viewpoint because we invite people to agree with our argument. So, and last, support the viewpoint with factual data like graphs, pictures, charts, and etc. to make assure with our argument. Next, at the second meeting, students learn about generic structures and language feature in exposition text. The generic structure of an exposition text, there are titles, thesis, arguments, and reiteration. Title tells about the topic, and thesis, it's same with introduction. Therefore, thesis at the introduction statement of the text, or it's mean the starting point of an exposition text. So the argument support the viewpoint with factual data. So the last is reiteration as the conclusion or restatement of the thesis statement. Summarize what has been stated. So next, language feature of an exposition text. Use the present tense such as he lives, I eat, they think. Next, use mental verbs such as believe, prefer, agree, doubt, disagree, and etc. Next, use saying verbs to support the argument such as people say, it is said, according to, based on, this state, research indicates, and etc. Next, use connecting words to link to arguments so that the flow of the arguments is logical and fluent, such as additionally, furthermore, not only, also in addition, moreover, likewise, firstly, secondly, and etc. Use causal conjunction, the last, yes, to indicate a cause or reason of what is being stated, such as because, despite, consequently, due to, for that reason, in that case, even though, otherwise, etc. This is the example of exposition text, and I will identify paragraph by paragraph based on its generic structure and language feature. Okay, this is the example of exposition text. By identify the generic structure and language features. This is the title, banning of motorbikes necessary in housing areas. Motorbikes are a nuisance and a cause for great distress. Even though motorbikes are considered as the most convenient from transportation, I think they are a hazard to humans, animals, as well as the environment. I think motorbikes should be banned in housing areas due to the following reasons: cause of unreasonable amount of noise, air pollution, diseases, and accidents. The this paragraph, the generic structure of this paragraph is thesis. This is the introduction. So the language feature, there are three. Mental verbs, I think, here. So causal conjunction, even though, and relational process, unreasonable. Selanjutnya, paragraf kedua. First of all, I would like to point out that motorbikes are major contributor to the pollution in the world. Research has shown that motorbikes emit a deadly gas that is dangerous for environment. Consequently, long-term emission of gas from motorbikes is a major contributor of global warming. Science Daily. This is the first argument. So the language feature, there are conjunctive relations, first of all, and causal conjunction, consequently. So the third paragraph, as the second argument. Secondly, according to a report from BBC, motorbikes are also responsible for causing diseases such as bronchitis, cancer, and are a major trigger of asthma and high blood pressure. Some of the diseases are so ghastly that they can kill people. BBC News 2009. The language feature, there is one only conjunctive relations is secondly. Next, the fourth paragraph, yaitu argumen ketiga, generic structure-nya. Furthermore, motorbikes create so much noise. There is broom noise everywhere. It is extremely difficult to sleep. Parents with infants find it extremely challenging. The moment their babies fall asleep, one or other motorbike passes by and the baby wakes up. It is also arduous for children to concentrate on their homework. Experts are of opinion that if there is extreme noise, it can lead to deafness and lack of concentration in children and adults. Fields 19 and 93. Language feature-nya di sini ada conjunctive relation, yaitu furthermore. Selanjutnya di paragraf kelima, yaitu sebagai argumen keempat dari exposition text ini. Finally, motorbikes are responsible for horrible accidents. In some cases, they are dead. Motorbike riders go so fast that they are unable to stop on time. Thus they end up hitting other people or animals. Many times, a lot of animals are trampled and found that on road. Motorbikes are known to be the biggest killers on road. Field 19 and 93. Language satu lagi di paragraf kelima, language feature-nya sama ya dengan paragraf keempat, ada conjunctive relation aja, yaitu finally in the first word in this paragraph. So the last is reiteration, yaitu sebagai conclusion itu tadi ya dari exposition text itu. In conclusion, from the arguments above, I strongly believe that motorbike should be banned from housing areas. Language feature-nya ada mental verb, yaitu di kata believe. Jadi reiteration itu tadi ya, kesimpulan daripada tesis, yaitu di paragraf pertama dari exposition text dari exposition text itu tadi. In this meeting, I will ask the student to identify the exposition text based on its generic structure and language feature. And then at the last meeting, students are asked to make an exposition text related to the actual issues and identify it based on the generic structure of the text that they made. Okay, I think enough for my presentation. Thank you for the attention. See you next time, and may Allah bless us eternally. Finally, I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.